Okay, so today it's Pink Day. And first, I would like to apologize. My lips are so chapped. There's nothing I can do to help them out. It's very bright pink, and I chose to wear pink today. I don't know why. I really don't know why. So, hello everyone. Welcome or welcome back to my very small place on the internet where I talk about my knitting life and apparently my problems with my lips too. My name is Isabelle. I am in France. And today it's going to be a regular knitting adventure episode, the kind of episode you can find about everywhere else, where I'm going to be talking about my finished objects because I have two, or I should say one and 90% of another one, and my work in progress. So some of my work in progress, I won't show them because you have already seen them sometime in the past, and I haven't worked on them because I did concentrate on some of the ones I have finished or almost finished. So if this sounds good to you, if my accent and my strange lips do not bother you too much, please stay tuned. Okay, take two. Not that is of any importance to you because you're just seeing that back to back. But I may be a little bit different, and the shawl may be a bit different. So I did not hit the record button first, and then I had an interruption for a mail delivery. So, okay, what am I wearing? I am just going in this segment be talking about the shawl I am wearing because the second object I'm wearing is a finished object for today. My shawl is my beloved. I love it. You don't see it very often. I don't wear it very often on camera, but I can assure you I wear it a lot in real life. It's my beloved Sotabosc shawl by Helena Solier Jensa. I'm butchering her name. I hope you will forgive me. It's from 52 Weeks of Shawls book. I almost bought the book only for that shawl. Not only, but this is the first one I wanted to make, and this is the one I made. I made it with Dererum Natura Ulysse in quartz, and I made it in June and July 2021, so that's 2.5 years ago. An easy pattern, a triangular shawl, not a large one. I would say medium to small sized. In particular, if you're used to Stephen West's humongous shawls, with a very beautiful motif. This is what I liked. Very beautiful cables that are easy because they are on only one stitch that you are cabling with, and it's with stitches that are knit to the back loop. Hello, Ramses. So these cables that finish or that end up at the top, it's a triangular shawl. You increase on one side with this border that is very nice. And I like the reverse side as much as I like the right side. And this is why sometimes when I wear it, I really don't mind showing the wrong side of the shawl because it's really as beautiful on either side. One thing that you may be able to see is that it has not peeled at all. I was kind of anxious because Ulysse is woolen spun and I was thinking it will be peeling a lot. It hasn't peeled. I haven't washed it because it's not been dirty and it was not smelling, and okay, I just blocked it, but I did not wash it afterwards in these 2.5 years that I've been wearing, and I wear it a lot. It's a very good transition piece, and today the weather is not that bad, not as it was the other days. It's not supposed to be raining, and it's mid temperatures around 10 degrees Celsius. So I don't need to be buckled up and buried under my knits because it's not that damp, not very cold, Not a lot of sun, but some sun comes out from time to time. And it's a perfect size shawl and warmth for that kind of intermediate, not very warm weather. So I wear it a lot, mainly during the spring and the fall, and sometimes during the winter time when the weather is better than other days. And I still have some left. I have also some other Ulysse left from my half and half triangular shawls. So I need to get back to that stash that is leftovers and do something with what I have. Okay, my finished objects, and we are going to be starting with the one I am wearing. I had quite of a hard time with that one. It's the Huldra Vest by Miss Evil Knits. I will link down below. She doesn't have a pattern. It's a recipe. And in her own recipe, I did not follow most of it. I followed the cast on method. You cast on with an I-cord. You make an I-cord and you cast on for the back. Then you pick up stitches for the front and you increase in the middle for the neck opening. Then you are supposed to join in the round, knit straight, add the hood and add pockets in the front. I did not add the hood. I did not want the hood. I did not think it was going to be going with where I wanted to go with this vest. And I did not add the pocket in the front either. And my intention was to have quite of a boxy vest that I would leave open on the sides, and I would just maybe tie with ribbons, or I've even made I-cords to be tying on the sides. Where I did struggle is that the front and the back of the vest, once they were almost completely made, because I had them on cords so that I can adjust the length to the one I was happy with, it was flaring out. It was not at all straight and beautiful, as you can see in some of these vest patterns on Ravelry or on Instagram or other places. I really did not like the way it was looking as I was making it. So when I was happy with the length, I cast off with an I-cord and I was wearing it. I made ties on the sides and I tried to adjust where it was fitting me the best. I did not like at all the way the bottom of the vest was behaving. So what I did, I decided, okay, I'm gonna just attach for half a centimeter maybe, just sew that part so that the vest is correctly placing itself on the bottom and I can tie it on the sides. I did not like it either. I did not like the way it looked. So I just sewn on the sides for having a big armhole opening. So I'm gonna get up and show it to you. But first, you're gonna see this is the I-cord cast on. So I picked up stitches for the back and for the front. The sides are made as you knit, and it's the recipe from Miss Evil Knits. Basically, on the right side, because it's knit back and forth, of course, on the right side you knit the knits and the pearls you slip with the yarn in front, and you do the same thing on the other side. So that means both these columns, and it's over 6 stitches, have double layered, it's slip stitches, so double layered, it's quite sturdy, quite firm, and it's holding up. I finished with an I-cord in the front, and my intention was to wear it the way I am wearing now, with a dressier shirt for dressier outfit. And this is why I did not want the hood or the pocket in the front, because this is not what the kind of look I was going for. Anyway, I did not say, I'm quite sorry, I did not say I knitted with Nutiden that Caroline from Germany sent me, and it's the Vasen colorway. So in front I made just these cables with slip stitches. You slip the knit stitches in the front with yarn in back, and then you purl the purls and knit the knits, and on the reverse side you just purl the slip stitches. And this is just seed stitch on either side because I like the kind of woven texture it gives to knitting, and I was thinking it would hold itself much better with these two panels, and it's Nutiden held double. So I just weighed it out. It's 210 grams without the sleeve, without sleeves. So I'm gonna stand up and show the vest to you as I'm wearing, and as my intention was to be wearing it. So this is the way it is as I'm wearing it. I made an I-cord to finish the bottom. And you see, I did sew that much on the sides, about the same on either side, of course, so that the vest holds a bit better, doesn't flare out. I did knit the back longer. You may see it a bit, but I did sew the front and the back at the same point for the end. So it's just a little scooping on the back. It's a bit straighter on the front with a central panel that is, about at the middle, depending on how I place it. I did wash it, I did block it, but I did not pull on the piece for the yarn to get in place. I just let it dry flat. I did pin a bit on the sides so that it gets straight, and this is all. I did pin on the top so the sides can be pinned between the point I finished my sewing and the bottom. This is all what I did, and I'm going to sit down once again. And for the neckline, I just made an I-cord that I forgot to make the I-cord from the wrong side. I made it on the right side, so it's a bit bigger looking, and I did increase about, I think I was increasing 1 or 2 stitches every other round until I have enough stitches here. I did not want a big or a deep neck opening, and it's very warm, of course, not on my arms, and this is what I was looking for, something a bit dressier, because the Huldra Vest is not looking as a dressy piece to me, not at all. But this pink was calling for a dressier piece, and this is what I did. I looked a bit for stitch patterns, but not that much, because Nutiden, even if it held double, was a bit sturdier than Nutiden held single. It was not that sturdy. I could not pull, so cabling with Nutiden or making other type of pattern, I was not considering it. So I'm very happy with that woven type of fabric on either side, with the little pattern in the front, the little ribs on the front, and I like it very much with wearing it with my sotabosque. They have some kind of an echo, a little paler. The vest is paler than the sotabosque. The pink from the sotabosque is a bit stronger, is a bit deeper, and both yarn are dyed on non-white yarns. The Dererum Natura Ulysse is dyed on a grayish base, and I think the Nutiden too, or at least it's not plain white. So yes, they go very well together. and the sun is coming in the house right now. They go very well together, in my opinion, and I enjoy wearing them both. And I forgot to say, it took me 24 days to knit the vest. I was not knitting the vest alone. I was having several work in progress at the same time. And I did fiddle around a lot by the end of the project. And I was kind of concerned, how am I going to be finishing? But in the end, I'm very happy with the way it looks. Okay, next, my second finished object for today. Let me see how long did it take me to knit it. I started in the beginning of October 2023, so October 7, and I finished it a couple days ago on January 2029. Of course, this is my Dusking by Kiyomi Berging, and it's from the Merisu Daruma collection. I will write the name of the book right down below. Dusking, I made it with silk mohair that I got, maybe I should shut the windows, that I got in Poitou last summer in this, once again, blush pink. And pink, as I said, it's not much of my color. The Sotabosque was about the only piece I had in pink. I have other ones, but not very many, and I have a bright pink hat and stuff like that, but I'm not a pink girl. Anyway, the Sotabosque. The Dusking is finished, and if you recall, I had a very hard time, and I think it's on the other sleeve, finishing the sleeve, because knitting with one strand of silk mohair on big needles was very difficult, yes. And at some point I decided to go with 4 DPNs or 3 DPNs maybe, and no, 4 DPNs, and you see I have ladders. So I have not solved that part yet. So this is why it's not completely finished in my opinion, and I haven't woven my hands in, also because if I want to be redoing that part, I will be able to undo it. What has to be done, and I'm going to tell you also right now how I managed to make the second sleeve. What I haven't done, but I was waiting for the sweater to be finished. I have to buy some buttons to close the keyhole in the back. And there is a very nice, I will try to retrieve a picture. There is a very nice store in Caen, the one where I bought my sewing machine. And the name of the store is the House of the Buttons. They have a back place at the back of the store where you have rows and rows and rows and boxes and boxes and boxes and rows and rows and rows of any kind of button you may imagine. It's a magical place. So I would like to thank Susan Dorrington, who recommended me a technique that I use to finish the sleeve. It's a technique that is called Improved Magic Loop Technique by Knitting by Franco. I will link the video down below. And this is exactly what I did to finish the sleeve. Because laddering with a very fine yarn strand on big needles is kind of something I could not avoid. I did not see how I could be doing. And you have a look at the video. I can make one, but he's already made one. And you see there is absolutely no ladder there. And I kind of modified his own technique. So what he does, once he arrived at the end of the magic loop, so you have your 2 needles, he pulls the needles from the fourth stitch that has been knit already, 4 or 5 stitch that has been knit already. So you pull the needle, you pull the cable, and you start your magic loop from that point. What that means is that the stitches that are in the loop have already been knitted or knit, and they won't extend, they won't grow, or they won't become very tight as you change your magic loop, because this is why I went from magic loop to DPNs, because going from one needle to the other, when you pull on your yarn, the stitch goes with the circumference of the cable, and with that very fine yarn on big needles, it was absolutely impossible to retrieve the stitches once I had knit the part that I had to knit. So my modification is not to do magic loop. I like to do the traveling magic loop. That is, once I've knit up to the moment where I need to pull I pull my needle, and all the stitches on the left needle remain there. So I do not have 2 loops. I have one that goes from place to place, because I do not stop at the same place at the same time. And so what I did, once I had pulled my needle, I had knit all that I wanted to knit, I pulled the cable out for this needle 5 or 10 stitches before that had already been knit, and I continued to knit up to the point where I had no more stitches. So with that method, you see, even knitting the very fine mohair on big needles, it's not easy. It's not very easy, I have to say. You have to concentrate. You have no ladder. So if it doesn't block out on the other sleeve, I will remove it and make it again, knit it again. And I'm going to be standing up so that you can see the transition between the top of the sweater, where you're knitting with 4 strands of silk mohair or baby silk mohair, and then you go to 3 strands, then to 2 strands, then to 1 strand. Okay, so here it is. You can see the transition here. So here is 4, here is 3, then 2, then 1, and same on the body. And I was not going to wear it because it's not completely finished yet, but maybe I will try to wear it. Okay, so maybe you need to imagine it without a shirt under, or something that just stops here. I did not want to take the shirt out. And so this is the way it looks. It's a bit boxy. It really looks like the pictures from the book. And you see the sheer part with 1 strand, a bit darker with 2, a bit darker with 3, and the top of the sweater with the 4 strands. I love it. I have a skirt, a very narrow skirt, that I was thinking I would wear it with. My concern is what is going to be happening up to here. How is it going to be showing? Because I am not that comfortable with that part of my body, and we'll see how it goes. But I think it's going to be okay. Okay, so that is my dusking, that I consider it finished. I noted it finished in my Ravelry, because I consider I have no more knitting. If the ladder do not block out when I wash it, and I will try to pin them down. You see, they are not very easy to find, so I don't think they are that visible, and I do not think I will make them again. I just need to move my hands in, which is going to be very quick, and find buttons. That is going to be another adventure, because I think what goes best with this kind of sweater would be little mother of pearls buttons, but it's a bit girly type of thing, but I think it would go the best with that sweater style. So I need to go to the place with all the buttons. I need to talk to the lady, and I'm sure they will suggest nice ones. If you have suggestions, please do in the comments below. It was quite a difficult knit for me at the end of the sleeves because of knitting with one strand of silk, very fine silk mohair, and on big needles. Other than that, the pattern is very easy to follow, very well written. Everything is there, not too much, not enough, and I'm very happy with that color. I would not have chosen that color if the lady in Poitou had enough of silk, baby silk mohair for a sweater, but this was the only color she had enough of, and in the end I am very, very happy. Even if I don't think pink suits me that much, I'm too pink, it makes me too pink, and with my red spots right now because my skin is so unhappy. That's life, and I think that you should wear what makes you happy, and this pink makes me very happy. Okay, now work in progress. I have two, one you have seen already, one you haven't, and I'm just telling you, I won't be talking about my sorrel because I haven't worked on it, and I won't be talking about my powder puff cowl because I haven't been working on it either. So one work in progress you already have seen is Olympe, and Olympe is by Camille Quasi Delahaye. She's Tricote Patou Camille on Instagram, I think, and maybe other places. And I haven't calculated how many bubbles I have from last time, and I will write the numbers before when I will be editing the video. I'm still working on the scarf. It's way past what she recommends because I want to be able to have a double, to go twice around my neck, so that, sorry for the noise, so that I can attach it in the front, and I'm not quite there yet. And then once I will take into account the part where you progressively cast off to make the other pointy end. So it's a scarf. It's not a shawl, but I think it's gonna be a shawl, because if I put it around me like that, maybe you need to forget about the sotabosque. You see, I'm not quite there yet. But it's gonna be a very warm shawl. So I'm knitting Olympe with cashmere yarn that I got at Atelier Pure Laine. And I'm using way more than what I had thought. But it's okay, I have a 1 kilogram cone, so I'm gonna be going up to the length that I'm gonna be happy with. And what I had said, I've already decided, not on the pattern itself, but it's to knit a sweater with that cashmere. So the cashmere I'm using right now is held double. I will be knitting a sweater with the cashmere held single, and I will make a little scarf for my gauge, a little pointy scarf for my gauge, to check my gauge with the cashmere held single, and then I will embark into another sweater, and I want to make a sweater with a lot of stitch design, maybe not cables. Some of the Sarin Nordland ones, I have a couple of them in my library, so I need to check my gauge and see what I'm going to be doing. For now, hundreds of bubbles, I think, not thousands. Hundreds of bubbles for now, and this is the easiest method to make bubbles, where you need 6 times in the same stitch and then you pass over the 5 previous stitch over the over the 6th one. So it's a bit less of a burden to make bubbles that way rather than knitting back and forth. And we'll see how the cashmere ends up doing held single. I have to say it's not pilling at all, even though cashmere is kind of known to be pilling, and I'm not taking care of it. I'm knitting with it without much care. And Frédéric has a sweater where she has yak, cashmere, and her own, I think it was her Amsterdam yarn. And if anything, the Amsterdam was pilling a bit more than the cashmere. So many bubbles. Another little scarf to be coming once this one is finished, and the sweater. My second work in progress, you won't see much of it because I have finished one of the balls that Caroline or Caroline had caked up and given me. Some of it were still in the plates and some was caked up, held double. I am making with what is left of the vasen. I think I have enough to make a cowl to go with my vest or any other pieces I want, I guess. But my idea is this color may be a little too wide sometimes, or maybe I want something warmer around my neck. So which one is the front size? I think this one is the front. And I want to make some kind of a turtleneck that will go under the vest up to the top of my neck and will keep me warm because I'm always very cold in my neck. So I'm doing some fisherman ribs with knitted and held double. I hope I will use most of what is left of the vasen. And I'm knitting it flat because first time around I did cast on and start to knit in the round, but I wanted a matching cowl for that vest. And as I was knitting it, I kind of realized I love to be matching my sweaters or vest or something, my outfit, with my cowls or shawls or hat or something. I have several matching pieces, and would you embark in a knit along with me? Today it's January 30th. When you're going to be seeing that video, it's going to be February 2nd. And maybe we can start a knit along. Would you embark into a knit along with me? And we could start a knit along the week after you see the video. The idea is to finish the yarn you have, because you have knit either a sweater, a vest, a cardigan, or any other piece, or even a shawl you have left over, and you want to knit a matching piece, a hat, a cowl, a shawl, or you have a shawl and you have enough and you want to make a sweater to match it. And I'm gonna be showing what prompted me, what made me think of that knit along. If you do agree, that would be of some interest to you. Okay, the sun is playing with us again. So what prompted me with that Cal idea, if you would agree, is there is one matchy outfit that I love. The first one that I knit was the Agnes jumper by Camille Avad. I knit with, once again, mohair from the Poitou, the farm in Poitou, La Ferme de la Croche-Cœur. And this is her bigger mohair, the one that has the thickest. I would say it's around worsted. So I had bought the colorways to make that sweater. I had that sweater in mind. So I knit that sweater and I had leftovers because, of course, I always buy more. So I made 2 pieces to finish everything. The first piece was a Saturday Shrug by Jackie Rose, where I used most of what was left over, because I had bought accordingly. For example, I just had one ball, I think, of the white, and I finished it here. But I still had a bit left over. So I made the softy hat. The softy hat is in the book 52 Weeks of Easy Knit. And the softy hat is by Yona Yetala. I have to say, I love when I wear my sweater with the shrug and the hat. And couple weekends ago, we were having dinner at my former president place with all my colleagues, were all the vice presidents when we were working so hard. And so we go eat together several times a year. Another interruption. I'm not sure where I was. Paulin called. So what I was thinking is that I love wearing pieces that go together, that I have made with the same yarn. And that kind are matchy. And in a way, I am used to buying more yarn than what I need to make a project. Mostly because I would hate playing yarn chicken with a piece like that. So I always buy way more. And I also like very much to have a hat or a cowl or shawl or something that matches my sweater. So sometimes I have a match that was not intentional, because the shawl is from 2.5 years ago and the vest is from right now, and I did not even choose the yarn itself. So it's an unintentional match, but I like that. Do you like to be matching your outfit? At least 2 pieces, not too much, because I don't want to be a monocolor block or something. Would you like that? And do you do that? Please tell me down below, and please tell me if you would be interested into a knit-along where you knit the leftovers from your previous finished objects, or where you need something that matches either the same pattern or in a different colorway or something like that. Would you like that? And please tell me down below. And if you do like it, I will launch the Cowl next week, for example, the MatchyKal. I have to see #MatchyMatchy. I have to make it maybe and reserve it if it's not used already, and if it's used already, I need to come up with something else. Would you do that? It would be a very relaxed knit-along, 6 months, maybe more. We all have busy lives. I would very much hate people rush or are stressed for that kind of thing. And I have an idea for a price at the end of the knit-along. I need to work on that, but what I also do not like much is when people do knit-along and don't come to a formal end of the knit-along, and not for the price, but at least a formal end, and maybe a price. I will think. I have an idea, and I will tell you why I have this idea. And please tell me, would you like a matchy knit-along to use your leftovers from a project and knit something that matches your piece? Or do you prefer to wear pieces that are not at all echoing with each other? Please tell me down below, and if some of you are interested, even if there is only 2 of you who are interested, we will do our own private knit-along. Okay, today looks like it's the interruption day. I've been interrupted once again. Thank you a lot. Thank you for being here. Please tell me down below if you would be very happy to have that little knit-along where, even if there are maybe only 2 of you, I'll do it. Do you enjoy matching your outfits, or do you enjoy having very different pieces from different places and different stories that you were together? Do you try to be some kind of a color harmony, or do you use very different and bold colors that are not going as a first approximation, that would not seem to be going all together, but you like it, you love it, and other people love it too? And in the end, wear what makes you happy, because we do have to place joy and happiness into our lives, whether it is with our knitting stitches, little stitches, or whether it is wearing our pieces and being happy to be wearing these pieces. So yes, we do have to actively work on placing joy and happiness into our daily life, because it's not coming all by itself. In particular, in these very dark and strange times we are living in, even in France, right now, France is head over heels and everywhere is blocked. And okay, so we do have to actively and mindfully work on that. And please tell me, are you able to place joy and happiness into your little stitches when you are knitting? And if you can't do it for yourself, maybe do it for other people. I usually do it for myself, and I very often do it for other people, because it helps me have a peaceful and pleasant moment, and it builds happiness and joy and peace inside. So yes, thank you very much for being here with me. Thank you for all the new people who have been coming along recently. If you've been listening to my ramblings up to now, thank you a lot, and please take good care of yourself, and I will see you next time.